just how bad is a $1 laptop? And more importantly, is it even possible to buy one without getting completely scammed? Because think about it, $1 doesn't even buy a decent coffee anymore. So how could it possibly buy an entire laptop? Well, today I'm going to find out. The goal is simple. First, buy a laptop for basically $1. Second, make sure it actually works, or at least doesn't explode. And finally, push it as far as possible and see if it can run my favorite game, Minecraft. So yeah, this is probably a terrible idea. Let's do it. Obviously, the first place I checked was Amazon, and yeah, that went horribly. Everything was just slightly outside my budget. So I dragged the price filter all the way to the bottom, and suddenly the laptops disappeared. Now it was just chargers, batteries, broken cables, random junk nobody wants. So yeah, Amazon was a complete failure. But then I remembered, if there's anywhere on the internet where something this stupid is actually possible, it's eBay. So I jumped onto eBay and started digging. At first, nothing looked promising. $20, $15, even $10 still felt too expensive for this challenge. But then, things started getting interesting. I kept scrolling, and the prices kept dropping lower and lower and lower. Until finally, I found one. An old laptop sitting in an auction with a starting bid of just $1. And honestly, I didn't even think twice. I placed the bid immediately. Normally, auctions like this turn into complete chaos during the final seconds. People sniping bids at the last moment trying to steal the deal. But as the timer got closer and closer to ending, nothing happened. Nobody bid. And honestly, I think this laptop was simply too terrible for anyone to care about. It was old, filthy, probably slower than my phone, and looked like it survived multiple wars, which somehow meant I actually won it. An entire laptop for $1. Now all I had to do was wait, and a few days later, it finally arrived. Oh my gosh, here it is, the $1 laptop. And honestly, this thing already looks horrifying. Oh man, this thing smells weird, like actual mold. So the first thing I did was wipe the whole laptop down with alcohol as fast as possible. I'm not trying to catch some ancient disease from a $1 laptop, but hey, at least there's still an actual laptop inside the box, not just bricks or random junk. And of course, for $1, this thing is far from perfect. For starters, there's no battery, which means it's basically a desktop now unless it's plugged in all the time. And even worse, it didn't come with a charger either. Luckily, I already had a compatible charger lying around. And honestly, I think that's the reason this laptop was so cheap in the first place. Alright, externally it actually looks surprisingly okay. Nothing too crazy. But now comes the important part. Does it even work? I was genuinely scared the screen was going to crack the moment I opened it. But wow, the inside actually doesn't look bad at all. It's even pretty clean, which honestly gave me a little hope. So now there's only one thing left to do. Plug it in and hit the power button. Oh my god, the logo lights up, and wait, it actually boots. No way. It's already loading straight into Windows. Although yeah, it's moving painfully slow. I immediately had a feeling this thing was still running on a mechanical hard drive. And after waiting what felt like forever, I finally made it to the desktop. But wow, this thing is slow. I'm literally doing nothing. And the CPU usage is already above 90%. Then I checked the specs, and yeah, now it makes sense. This thing is running an Intel Core 2 Duo T6600. Just 2 cores, 2 threads, ancient. That's exactly why it feels like it's struggling to breathe. It also only has 4 gigabytes of RAM, and Windows alone is already eating around half of it. And just like I suspected, it's using a 320 gigabyte HDD. And wow, it is painfully slow. If you're not a patient person, stay far away from this laptop. But alright, let's see if it can at least handle something basic, like playing a YouTube video. I'm playing a video at 1080p, and honestly, I know it's doing better than I expected. It's still fairly watchable, although every now and then there are small stutters and hiccups. Alright, Minecraft. I mean, there's no way this $1 laptop can't run Minecraft, right? So I started downloading the game, and oh no, this thing is painfully slow. At this rate, I'm pretty sure I'll grow old before this video is finished. So yeah, I had to do something. I decided to upgrade it with an SSD. And no, before anyone says it, I know an SSD doesn't magically increase gaming FPS. But at the very least, the laptop won't take an entire century just to load things anymore. Luckily, I already had an SSD with Windows pre-installed. So now, let's try launching the game again. Oh my god, it crashed. OpenGL error. I don't even know what OpenGL is. It sounds more like a college class than something stopping me from playing Minecraft. But apparently without it, Minecraft literally can't render graphics. Amazing! This $1 laptop is somehow missing the thing that makes the game exist. So naturally, I did the most reasonable thing I could think of. I went online and downloaded OpenGL. And by the way, downloading random files from sketchy websites like this? Yeah, you should probably be very careful if your computer has anything important on it. Alright, installation finished. Moment of truth. I launch Minecraft again, and it gives me the exact same error. No way. Did I seriously just spend 30 minutes downloading something completely useless? At this point, I was genuinely losing my mind. Then suddenly I remembered Minecraft runs on Java. Wait a second, what if the Java installation on this laptop is broken? Okay, maybe there's still hope. So I reinstall Java, redo the entire setup, restart the laptop one more time. Please work this time. And still the same. Same error, same screen, same feeling of absolute despair. There is no way. I just reinstalled OpenGL, reinstalled Java, restarted this laptop so many times I thought the power button was about to fall off. And it still doesn't work. At that point, I genuinely wanted to give up. I looked at this $1 laptop and finally started understanding why it only cost $1. But before completely giving up, I decided to try one last thing. Reinstall the graphics driver, because in theory, if the driver works properly, then OpenGL should work too, and Minecraft should finally launch. Sounds perfect, right? No. Because that's when I discovered the chipset inside this laptop is so ancient that the manufacturer doesn't even support Windows 10 anymore. Fantastic. I am literally trying to play Minecraft on a fossil. The newest driver available only supports Windows 7. Oh no, don't tell me I actually have to downgrade this thing to Windows 7. But at this point, I don't really have a choice anymore. So yes, we are downgrading the entire operating system just to play Minecraft. Eventually, I finally got Windows 7 running. And honestly, at that moment, I really thought everything was fixed. Until I launched Minecraft again, and it still refused to work. The hardware is ancient. The operating system is ancient. Everything feels broken. Then I realized something. This Windows install probably doesn't even have all the proper drivers yet. So at this point, I started digging through random YouTube tutorials like a desperate man trying to survive. Eventually, I found this driver utility software. And honestly, I was praying it could detect whatever missing drivers this laptop still needed. And after installing everything, oh no, again, launching Minecraft was still impossible. So now, I only had one option left, a different launcher, one that I probably shouldn't name directly. Basically, a modified Minecraft launcher. Alright, no more backup plans. Let's try this. And damn it, still errors. Even the oldest Minecraft versions wouldn't launch. At this point, I could physically feel this laptop draining my soul, because I was now on day 2 of fighting with this cursed machine. And the worst part? I only had a few hours left before this video needed to be uploaded. I genuinely did not expect this stupid $1 laptop to waste this much of my life. At this point, I started desperately looking for help from other people on YouTube. Eventually, I found a few videos showing how to fix OpenGL issues on old laptops exactly like mine. And now, I had to focus. No mistakes, no skipped steps, because this genuinely felt like my last chance. After finishing everything, I just sat there hoping, begging, for it to finally work. Alright, let's try launching it again. Oh my god, it's taking forever. The CPU is slammed at 100% usage. The laptop sounds like it's about to pass away. And at this point, I'm already preparing mentally for another crash. And then, no way, no way. It actually got into the game. I genuinely lost my mind for a second. I was so unbelievably happy it almost felt stupid. After 2 straight days of suffering with this cursed laptop, seeing Minecraft finally open felt like winning the lottery. I seriously owe that random YouTuber my life. That guy is an actual genius, and somehow, against all logic, I had just made a nearly 20-year-old laptop run Minecraft. I honestly thought I was going to give up, but now I was way too excited. The version I'm running is 1.16. And now it's time for the real test, creating a world. And wow, it took 1 minute and 20 seconds just to load in. Then the world finally appears and oh my god, it's horrible. 2 FPS, 3 FPS. This thing was moving like a slideshow from 2007. It was terrible, but honestly kind of hilarious at the same time. So I lowered the render distance all the way down to the minimum, and suddenly, wait, 40 FPS. That's actually the highest number I managed to see. Most of the time it hovered around 30, but still, that's way better than I expected from this fossil. Then I had another idea. I wanted to know if this laptop could survive a TNT explosion. So I built a small 5x5 TNT cube. 3, 2, 1. Oh no, the FPS dropped into the abyss. But somehow it recovered surprisingly fast. So naturally, I decided to make things worse. 1000 TNT, and yeah, the laptop completely froze. 0 FPS, no image loading, no movement, just pure suffering. It was awful, but somehow, the miracle here is that it didn't crash. The laptop was still alive. And then I had one final question in my head. Can this thing hit 100 FPS? So I lowered the resolution to the absolute minimum possible. And, oh my god, 120 FPS. I genuinely could not believe what I was seeing. This entire experience has been ridiculous, exhausting, painful, and somehow incredibly satisfying at the same time. Right now, I'm honestly just excited and weirdly proud of this stupid little laptop. So, if you've made it this far, tell me what you think down in the comments.